morning, everybody. It's Proctor here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to drive a standard. And this is the absolute full video. You'll find out everything, downshifting, upshifting, hill starts, all that stuff, how to start the car in general, to do what not to do. I'm doing this because I love doing it. So basically we're going to start off with the easy stuff and work all the way up to the harder stuff. And you will learn how to drive a standard car by the end of this video. Alright, so let's start to the basics. So you put your key in the ignition, you gotta start it. Can't start it, can you? With a manual transmission car, in order to start the car, let me close my window a little bit. What you have to do is put your foot on the clutch there, make sure it's in neutral, make sure your brake's on so you don't roll away, and you can start the car. Cool. Very easy to do. It's the simplest thing to start off with. Now, in order to actually move the car, I would recommend putting your foot on the brake, right? Take the e-brake off, just sit there for a second, just kind of figure out what you're doing, and you are simply, I'm going to make this really easy for you guys, actually. I'm just going to get out of the parking spot really quick. As you can see, I'm just kind of feathering the clutch in reverse. Put it in first. Alright. So we're going to get starting off to the very simple steps to this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're sitting in here, you have no idea what you're going to do. So you're going to put the clutch in down there. Lovely clutch pedal. You'll see it in the other video too. You're going to get familiar with your shift pattern. So, so what it's saying is first is left up, straight down from that at second, third, fourth, fifth, right? That's what your pattern says, right? You got reverse over here. So you got to pull this up in order to put it in reverse. On some Japanese cars, you just pretty much put it to the right and down. But this is a Chevy, it's not like that. A thing to mention, with your RPM, when you're starting off, I wouldn't let it go past about 1800, 2000. That's just me. You can do it however you want, but the idea is to not wear the clutch. So don't use the clutch very much. Never ride the clutch. Riding the clutch is when you're driving down the road and you leave your foot on the clutch pedal. Yeah, don't do that. If you're not driving it like a race car, for the whole duration of driving, don't usually rev it above 2500 to 2800 RPMs. Depends on your driving style, but generally you keep the RPMs lower to increase your gas mileage. So the hardest thing to drive in a manual transmission car is starting off. So there's a very easy approach to this. What you're going to do is you're going to put the clutch in. First off, here's another thing. This is the brake, that's the gas, that's the clutch. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to put the clutch in, and you want to find the engagement point in your clutch. So put it in first gear. Don't use the gas pedal or anything. Just feel where the pedal catches. Okay? So on mine, you can feel it engages about halfway up, and then you let it out. As soon as you feel it engaging, let it out. You don't want to wear your clutch out by riding it, right? And now you're moving. Now you got to figure out, okay, well now what do? I'm in first gear, right? I wouldn't even recommend switching to second gear yet. What you want to do is you want to get familiar with the car. So when you stop, you don't want to just hit the brake because you're going to stall it, right? What you're going to do is you're going to push the clutch in and hit the brake, and you're going to come to a stop. Make sure you put the stick here in neutral, or you're going to stall the car. I'm just going to get out of the way here. That guy was like staring at me. Okay, so I'll show you how to start off again. I'm just going to get over these bumps here. They're pretty nasty. Okay, so when you're starting off, right, you put the clutch in when you're at a stop sign or whatever. Put the stick in one, and just to start off, don't even use the gas pedal, just slowly release the clutch. It won't stall if you do it slowly. Okay, now you gotta shift. I would shift about 2500 So let off the gas, press the clutch in, put it down to 2, let the clutch out slowly. Congratulations, you're in second gear. Alright? Now, every time you shift gears, you have to let off the gas, otherwise you're going to kill the clutch. Okay? Right? So I'm going to do this in a very slow motion view so you can see. Right? So when you got to shift, let off the gas, clutch in, put your stick to the next gear up, let the clutch out slowly. Sorry for the wind. Okay? And now, I don't want to get into downshifting yet, I just want you to get familiar with this, okay? So I'm going to get into reversing all that kind of stuff. Yeah. There's also another technique you can do if you, what I like to do is I'll pull over here. Now, whenever you're turning a corner, put the clutch in, right? And this is where it can get tricky. When you have to get back into gear, you can see you're in neutral, right? Because your foot's on the clutch. Put it into the next gear down that you feel is appropriate and blip the gas and let the clutch out slowly. And then you're back in gear. So you're going again. I'm going over every little thing that you're going to need to know. Right? So when you come to a stop, put the clutch in, put the stick in neutral, brake. Okay? Now, another very big thing to think about here is, let's say your driveway's on a hill like this, right? You got to reverse up your driveway. So with the reverse, this is how most people kill their clutch out, is they ride the clutch too much. So what you want to do is you kind of want to blip the gas and the reverse clutch. So on this one, you're going to push the clutch in, right? You never, okay, here's another thing. You never want to let the clutch out all the way in reverse. You just kind of want to blimp it and lightly use it because you don't have very much reverse clutch, I've found out in past cars. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the clutch in, put your stick in reverse, that's the R, and you're going to simply, you're going to blip the gas while slowly releasing the clutch, right? Try to add as little gas as possible because it wears your clutch out a lot, right? Because the clutch is always slipping. See, I never released the clutch the entire time I was doing that. Okay? You can reverse now. Now, what we're going to do is you want to add gas now. So you want to add gas to take off, right? I'm going to show you the difference. So you're going to put your clutch in, first gear, and you're going to go. Sorry, I just added gas there, just force of habit. Okay, so the first way that you're going to learn, right, is you're going to put the clutch in, first gear, and you're just going to slowly release the clutch without adding gas. And you'll see your RPM kind of dip down. Make sure it doesn't go below 0.5 or you're going to stall the car, right? If you stall the car, I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so that's how you start off by getting used to it, right? Is you're just going to kind of feel where the clutch is. Now, once you get a little bit better and you feel a little bit more confident at it, what you can do is you can add a little bit of gas. So, remember what I said? About 1800, 2000 when you're taking off. Depends on your car. And the idea is to release more clutch as you add gas. So what you're going to do is it's going to look like this. You're going to put your thing in first gear, add gas as you release the clutch. Cool. That was easy, right? Remember, let off the gas, clutch in, shift to the next gear, clutch in, you can use the brake. There you go. Remember, you're going to add gas, release clutch. Let off the gas, clutch in, second gear. And it has to be a nice fluid movement, you know? And key thing, remember how I'm not leaving my foot on the clutch? I'm not riding the clutch? Remember, clutch in, next gear. I also find it really does smoothen out the shifts if you add a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of gas as you're letting the clutch out. So I'll try and show you that since I'm in a 40 zone here. So instead of going like this, no, sorry, hang on, another force of habit. So as soon as you let out the clutch and go in the next gear, right, You can do that, which is quite smooth. I'm just gonna downshift here. Or what you can do is you can push the clutch in and then blip the gas as you put it into the next gear. Just blip it, don't push on it, right? It kind of smoothens it out a little bit because sometimes the catch point catches below where the gear actually is and it kind of jerks a little bit, right? Let's say you're coming up to a roundabout, clutch in, right? Go up, downshift to the next suitable gear, release the clutch. Now this is where I'm going to show you guys how to downshift, because I don't want you guys releasing the clutch without adding gas, because that wears your clutch, right? You want to rev match the engine to the transmission so it reduces wear on the car. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Okay, now clutch in, you come up to a stop, neutral. And now what I want you guys to do is, I know you guys are going to practice this, but I want you guys to see how it looks. So just watch me drive my car around the corner, down the street, and just watch how I shift the gears, watch my feet, watch the shifter, okay? Remember, use the clutch as little as possible. Remember, shift about 2,500, 2,800. Shift. And here's where I'm going to downshift. Watch this. I'm going to blip the gas and let the clutch out. I'll teach you downshifting in a couple minutes. Because I know you're supposed to start off by just releasing the clutch, but it really does wear your clutch out. Now watch, here's where you're going to shift. It's getting kind of noisy now. Now I'm going to shift there just because I really don't need the power, because I'm already up to speed. Now, I'm going to downshift here. Just kind of watch my feet and watch the attack here. So I'm going to blip the gas and let the clutch out. Blip. Blip. Right? So it kind of smoothens it out. Okay, now I'm going to let you guys watch the attack to see exactly when you have to shift. So here you go. Fourth gear. Now I'm just going to put it in fifth. It basically looks. Remember, you go around a corner, put the clutch in. You don't have to, like, you can leave it in a gear if you're not going to stall it, right? So if you're going around a corner and you have 1,000 RPMs, I wouldn't do that. But if you're around a corner, and you're going about 2,000 RPMs, you're okay, you won't stall it, right? So now, you guys are probably like, oh my god, what am I going to do if I'm on a hill? Okay? So, I'm going to show you guys how to do a hill start, okay? This is one of the harder things that people do find, but it's really actually easy. Let's say, I'm going to find a hill over here. It's really not as terrifying as people let on. Like, it is the first time you drive it, but after that it's okay. Come on, there's got to be a hill around here. There's not really that many hills in Ontario. Well, where I live anyway, out in the country. Okay, here we go. I remember there was a hill around this corner. So there's actually a very, very easy way to do hills. Okay, remember, don't ride the clutch. Okay, I'm just gonna pull out of this driveway here. So watch me do my reverse here, okay? Remember, blip the gas and do not let the clutch out all the way in reverse. Just kind of blip it, you know? Not that much gas, but... Okay, so we're on a hill, a slight hill right here. Okay, what we're gonna do is the car is gonna roll back and you're gonna be like, holy shit, and you're gonna stall the car, right? So here is what you're gonna do on a hill. This is actually, people don't know how easy this is. Most people, what they do is they do this. They go up to the turn and they're like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. They put the clutch in, put it in first, drop the gas and let out the clutch, right? That fries your clutch, man. Here's what you're gonna do, and this is actually so easy. Remember how I told you guys to put it in first gear with the clutch in and let your foot off the gas and just kind of feel where the clutch engage is? Right, so about halfway on this car. Here's what you're gonna do. Put the clutch in, first gear, leave your foot on the brake, okay? Leave your foot on the brake while your clutch is in. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna release the clutch till you feel it kick. And then you're gonna release the, hang on. So you're gonna leave your foot on the brake, leave your foot on the clutch, because you're on a hill. What you're gonna do is you're gonna release the clutch till you feel it kick, right? So it kicks back a little bit. Don't stall it, just let it kick back. When you feel it kick, let your foot off the brake and add gas as you release the clutch, okay? So here's what it's gonna look like. You're gonna put it in first gear, feel it kick, you'll hear it kick too. Maybe you can hear it a little bit. Right? You can see the RPM dip a little bit too. When that RPM dips, that's when you're gonna let off the brake. So here's what it's gonna look like. Feel it kick, let off the gas, we're moving, add gas. Okay, so that's how it's gonna look. Again, I'm gonna show you again. Clutch in, first gear, feel it kick, let off the brake, your car is moving, add gas as you release the clutch more, right? And now, let's just say, this is one of the most embarrassing things, right? Let's say for some reason, oh shit, you stall the car and you're like, shit, what do I do, right? And you're at a stop sign and boom, you stalled the car. I really don't want to stall my car because it'll wreck it, but yeah. Okay, so you're at a light here and fuck, you stalled, right? You don't know what to do. All you gotta do is turn the key off, put the clutch in, turn the key back on. Remember? And remember that it's, put it in neutral so you don't stall it again. If you let the clutch out when it's in first gear, you're gonna do this, right? You're gonna put it in, you're just gonna go, shit. Oh, well, I stalled the car. Shit, I really didn't want to do that, but I had to show you guys what stalling the car looks like, okay? So, shit, let's say, oh my god, there's someone behind me. Gotta start the car. Put the clutch in, neutral, start the car, okay? Easy as that. And then, when you're taking off, do not, well, when you stall the car in traffic, you're gonna be like, oh shit, you're gonna put the clutch in, over rev it, do a burnout, and go, right? Don't do that, it wears out your clutch. That's what most of you guys are gonna do though, you're just gonna bomb it off the line. Just simply, this is a learning experience, put the clutch in, right? Remember, put the clutch in, first gear, add gas and less clutch, and you're going. Simple like that. Don't get overwhelmed. Very, very easy. Now I'm going to show you guys how to downshift, okay? This is, I don't want to say it's hard, but it's not easy either, you know? It's kind of something you got to get used to. I just got really lost in my neighborhood here. So remember, stop sign, clutch in. Now I'm going to show you guys how to downshift. I just want to see if I have a long enough road to do this. I'm going to have to go down the other road here. But this is how it looks shifting it, right? Clutch in, shift, blah, blah, blah. Very easy. You can leave it in gear, remember, you can leave it in gear if it's not going to stall. And we're going around the corner here. And now, here's another thing, you're going up a hill, your car's struggling, it's on a 1.5 RPM, you're doing that downshift. What you're going to do, put the clutch in, let the gas, and put it next gear. So clutch in, lower gear, let the gas, let out the clutch, slowly, right? Well, promptly. I'm going to stop, clutch in, and then I'm going to go down the street here on the left, and I'm going to downshift from fifth gear to the second. Well, second, third, whatever happens. Now watch how promptly I shift and use the clutch, right? As soon as I let off the clutch, as soon as it's fully engaged, take your foot off the clutch. Okay, so I'm going to downshift, okay? Watch my shifter, and watch the tack. I'm going to lift the gas and let the clutch out. You don't want to downshift too high, you know, like hit it with 2,500, 3,000, that's about it. I don't usually recommend shifting down to second because it really does jerk your car around a lot, but I'll do it anyway. See, like, I tried to smoothen it out, it just didn't work. And then we're going back to my house here. And I'll show you how to take this too. So, here we go. Clutch in, lift the gas, shift down. Yes, I'm owning my brakes. I just had them, but they messed up resurfacing. Alright, and then I'm going to lift the gas, release the clutch, rapid match it. There we go. And that's basically how you drive a manual car. I'm also going to show you guys how to drive a tractor, and I'm going to show you a technique that I use, which makes it so much easier. Now, let's say you're on the Don Valley Parkway or on the I-95 and you're sitting in rush hour traffic. This is a very simple step to this. You're in traffic, right? And you have to inch up, inch up, inch up. Don't even use the gas. You know what you can do? Put the clutch in, right? First gear, let out the clutch a little bit while you're on the brake, inch forward, hey, stop again, push the clutch in. Alright? You gotta go again. First gear, let out the clutch, let off the brake a little bit, just kind of feel the clutch grab. Right, you're moving, gotta stop again. Alright, it's really easy. Just leave your foot on the brake, feel where it catches, let off the brake and clutch at the same time. It's very easy, it makes it so much less stressful. Hit the gas, brake, clutch. Alright, if you're coasting, just put it in neutral and put it on hill, the signal's will leave the gas, that's just what you go. And that is basically how you drive a manual transmission. Also, whenever you stop your car, here's a standard person's trick. Always use the handbrake if your car's going to roll away, right? And leave it, I like to leave it here, so if you're facing up a hill, leave it in like a forward gear, so first or second, right? If you're facing down a hill, leave it in reverse. That's just what I do, so I hope I helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to send a message or something, I'll get back to you guys. Have a great day.